Yeah, hello everyone. Good day to you from here. How you doing? I trust you had a very good day. Welcome to Chelsea FC Jingles. I remain Oladipo Jude Mesole, your anchor on Chelsea FC Jingles. So I'm here to bring you updates on as it concerns Chelsea Football Club. We we earlier today we had the coach press conference. We'll be reviewing that, and then Victor Victor Osimhen moved to Chelsea. Also on Leslie Ogochukwu Loan move, and Jao Felix returned to Chelsea. Sorry, excuse me. I am live, okay? Go meet your brother. Go meet your brother. Talk to me. So, sorry for the interruption. My son came in to interrupt me. Yeah, so during the interview today, Enzo Maresca talked about the fact that Chelsea is ahead of where they are supposed to be. He talked about the fact that returning to Cobham, he has the opportunity to work much more harder, and that the United States was not the place to do everything he needed to do. So indirectly, he was saying that he was indirectly saying that being in Cobham, he's able to feel free and do whatever he needs to do. That tactics are not meant to be exposed in public, something like that. So I'm just trying to paraphrase what he meant by that. So on the press conference, he declined to speak on the Jao Felix move, and also declined to speak about the Osimhen transfer as well, because he feels that they are still players of another club, and that he can't. They are players of another club, and he's not supposed to be talking about players of another football club. So, which it makes sense, kind of. So also he spoke about the when he was asked about training. He spoke about the training. He talked about the difference between Chelsea and Man City. Is that the manager in Man City was given time to work, while he is just starting, and he needs time to work. So these are very, very important points as well. Yeah, so he felt time was the main difference between City and Chelsea. And then he talked about his overbloated squad. He said at the moment he has about 28 players. 28 players. He's training with 28 players, and it's good to know, because this was one of the things that caused problems during the Graham Potter. One of the things that led to Graham Potter's failure was that he had an overbloated squad, where some players didn't even have access to training. They didn't have access to where they could shower. It was more like players had to struggle to get space. So now um, he's working with 28 players, and then the other players are away from the first team. They are away from the first team. So Maresca also admitted to having flexibility in tactics. Yeah, if we remember the video that was released, I think immediately after he won the championship, he was interviewed, and there was this video that trended very well where he was analyzing his football tactics. He analyzed different kind of tactics: 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, a different kind of tactics, 4-4-2. So from that video, I already knew he's somebody who has flexibility with tactics, and he reiterated that again this time, saying that he he is flexible, and that his tactics will depend on the kind of opponent he has. So Maresca, the tactics is a very important thing. So he talked about striking the balance between his player strength and his philosophy. So, and that's a very good point. That's a good point. Striking the balance between his player and his philosophy. It's a very, very, very good point, and I think that is a very good thing to consider because you cannot just assume that you have a philosophy and the players will be able to adjust to everything. It doesn't work that way. At some point, a coach has to be able to allow that flexibility. Excuse me, just a moment. Let me check out what's happening with the kids. I'll be back. Yes, sorry. I just had to attend to the kids. Sorry for the breaking transmission. So I was talking about the tactics that Enzo Maresca admitted that there's need to be able to strike a balance, and I'm very happy to hear that, because you can't just remain dogmatic on your own philosophy and not consider the ability of other people to be able to accept it. So on the tactics thing, there was a journalist called Roman who asked him the question about what happened in Man City with Haaland. He asked if how they were able to accommodate Haaland, and Maresca admitted by saying that yeah, they had to adjust a little bit to accommodate Haaland, and Haaland also had to do a lot of adjustment to be able to keep. So, and that is also very important, especially now that we are looking at signing Osimhen. Technically or tactically, Osimhen doesn't really fit into his style of play. But if both of them are able to make little adjustment here and there, he'll be able to function in the team. So Maresca talked about the strength of the philosophy and the possibility of them being able to adjust to accommodate other players. So please, if you are watching, kindly leave your comment in the comment section. Help like the stream and share if you can. It's very important for me to know that you are participating, and that can only be done if I see your comment. That's the only way I can know that you are present live. So please help like the video and leave your comment in the comment section. So yeah, and I think that's all about that. Yeah, he talked about why he accepted Chelsea Football Club. He said Chelsea is a very big football club, very big team, and also the fact that Chelsea is filled with talented players, that he was able to access our team when he was playing against us in the FA Cup last season. I recall that we defeated them under Mauricio Pochettino. So he said he was able to analyze our players from that time, and then he also took time to analyze us further. And he made the conclusion that Chelsea is filled with a lot of young talent. And of course, if I was a coach, I would gladly want to work with a team that is filled with that much talent. That would have been, I'm sure that is the most expensive squad he ever coached in his career. So it was an opportunity for him to be able to step up his game as a coach. So and then he said he also talked about after talking about trying to adapt, he talked about the possibility of putting players in the right position and swapping them around at times. He talked about playing Ugochukwu as a nine, sometimes as behind the nine, sometimes on the wing. He talked about Jackson and all of them. So he says they continue to do that until they find a position that is most suitable for the player. So then on Rhys James' injury, yeah, he said he wasn't sure if it was the same injury that he had last season. He said he wasn't here last season and he wasn't really concerned about last season. But I don't like when coaches say that. Sometimes you need to look into the past to be able to help yourself with the future. You know, you need to look at what was causing recurring problems in the past, so that those problems, like injury problems, does not continue to linger. So, and finally, on the press conference, Enzo Maresca spoke about the fact that when he accepted the job at Leicester, he spoke with Claudio Ranieri, who was a former Chelsea coach and also former Leicester coach. And then when he was about to accept Chelsea's job, he spoke with Carlo Ancelotti and sought his advice. And I'm happy, though he didn't have any other option that could compete with Chelsea. But back then, the same Carlo Ancelotti indirectly discouraged Pep Guardiola from accepting Chelsea offer. Though he didn't directly discourage him. He only told him, well, they are very impatient. They don't give you time to implement your philosophy. If you recall, Roma Abramovich was really in love with the tiki-taka style of play, and he wanted Pep Guardiola, and Pep actually was interested, but was a little bit skeptical about the lack of patience. And when he spoke with Carlo Ancelotti told him that's the only problem in Chelsea. And of course, Ancelotti's experience is enough to justify that. You know, he won the league and FA Cup, and then the next season he was sacked for coming second. That's a very stupid decision by Roman Abramovich. Somebody won the league for you with FA Cup, and the next season he came second, and you fired him. So it wasn't a bad season at all. Imagine if Chelsea ends up second this season, we will celebrate. We will celebrate, you know. So that was what happened at that time. Carlo told him, well, they are not patient, and he decided to move to City. City assured him they would give him all the time, and City also had a very good squad at that time. City had been winning the league before his arrival, so it's good that what's his name? Enzo Maresca was still had the courage to accept the job after speaking with Carlo. But then it's the different ownership, but we see that these owners too have been quite trigger happy, even though sometimes there was actually no reason to sack Pochettino, in my opinion. And they still went ahead. We understand Potter's own. There was a reason to do that, especially when they left him for quite longer than they were supposed to. So, but now with this new coach, I hope everything works well and the sacking will eventually come to an end. So he's saying he's not sure on Rich James' injury. Is if it was the same. I'm not impressed with that. I think you are supposed to have known so that you can even know your fate in the player, if you'll be able to trust him going forward, or if you think it's injury prone or not. So also um on the updates, we have Chelsea's Leslie Ogochukwu is almost completing his loan switch to Southampton. So I wish him all the best if the deal goes through. And it's been very vital in the preseason, but he's deemed to be surplus to requirement right now. I'm sure he's not part of him. Maybe he's not part of the 28 man squad right now. So and then from Atletico Madrid, Jao Felix deal is they're trying to find a fee that could work for both teams. Recall that Atletico signed Jao Felix for €100 million, and now Chelsea is trying to buy him for €50 million, a permanent deal. I don't know if it's going to be permanent or loan, but I think they're working on permanent. So Jao Felix is very experienced, but like I said, I don't really think we have a need for him. But if they want him, fine. But I'm happy at least we are working on the striker, and that of Osimhen is still on at the moment. Antonio Conte has instructed Napoli to conclude the Lukaku deal so that Lukaku can be able to start the season with him, which is really good. So, because as soon as that is completed, Osimhen will really have to move. So, I was meant to understand that Osimhen does not want to take a pay cut. I don't blame him. He doesn't want to take a pay cut. And Chelsea was trying to see if they could cut his pay. Lukaku on the other side is willing to take a pay cut. So then hopefully the deals go through. So also in the news, Aston Villa Football Club is interested in signing Trevor Chalobah. According to Sky News, so Aston Villa is interested in signing Trevor Chalobah. I hope he's able to move to a club that is playing Champions League. Yeah, I wish him all the best too. He's one guy that we've not been happy with the way he was treated. And also, I talked about how Broja was ripped of his number while he's still in the club. Yeah, that's also a way to demarket a player. So whoever is coming for Broja now already knows that you don't have no plan for him. So it's not Chelsea is not putting him in a way to be able to get a good deal off him, and same as Trevor Chalobah as well. So we hope his move to Aston Villa materializes. Aston Villa is doing very well at the moment and playing Champions League, so that will be a very good move for Trevor. So I'm not seeing any question. I'm not seeing any contribution. So if there is nothing coming in for me to react to, yeah, I would like to bring the stream to an end at this point. And I just want to thank you for your support. Please kindly subscribe to the channel if you have not, and turn on the notification bell. Like this if you have subscribed. Please like the stream and help us share the stream to help the channel grow. Thank you very much. To enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy your weekend as well. I will return for a match preview between Chelsea and Manchester City. Thank you. Bye.